Morning, boys and girls. Today we're going to learn a little bit more about nonfiction text features that we're going to eventually use to put into our own nonfiction writing pieces. So first, what are text features? So writers and authors, they use different text features to help the reader gain a better understanding of what they have written. And text features may also provide additional information that may not be included in the text itself. So you may read something and look at a text feature and get a better understanding of what you have just read. So they make the reading a little bit easier for you, and they make understanding the information that was in the writing easier for you to understand. So it's definitely worthwhile to look at them and learn about them. So one of the first text features, which I know we have all seen, is the table of contents. Now, a table of contents is usually at the beginning of the book, and it lists the major parts of a book along with their page numbers. So that's usually information that is important within the text. So the table of contents, as readers, we can use the table to help locate information that they're looking for. So instead of having to flip through the whole book, we can turn to the table of contents and see, oh, look, chapter 1's on the solar system. And I want to learn a little bit about the sun, so I'm going to look over at page 1. Mercury's on page 3. Venus is on page 7. And Earth is on page 10. So I know that chapter 1 starts the solar system, and the different parts of the solar system have different pages. So looking at that, I know where to look. My project's on the Earth, so I'm not going to start at page 3 because that's on Mercury. I'm going to look at page 10, and look to find information about Earth. And then if we were to continue, Mars is on page 13. So using the table of contents is a great tool to help you find information quickly and find the information that you really do need. The next part we're going to talk about is the glossary. Now, the glossary is usually found in the back of the book, and it's just a list of key terms in alphabetical order with their definitions. So if you may not know a word, may not know what something means, going to the glossary is a great way to find it. So when you're not sure what those words mean, you're going to look into the glossary. So it helps, so readers use the glossary to look at words to find out their meaning to help gain a better understanding of a subject. And like we talked about, it's in alphabetical order. So the first thing we're looking at here, we have the letter A. And listed in alphabetical order, we have acid rain, which you could also see as in bold, followed by adapting, and then axle. And it provides the definition right next to it. So if you don't know what a word means, go back to the glossary and you can look it up. Another part is the index. And the index is a listing in alphabetical order of the keywords and the page number where they are used. And readers use the index just similar to the table of contents to find pages that contain the word in which they're looking for. So, for example, sorry, I went too far. If we're looking for the word adapting, we know we can turn to page 26. If we're looking for the word aerial, we can turn to page 13. If we're looking for the word area, what page are we going to turn to? Good, page 49. And then it goes into the following letter, so then we have B, and it's going to give you the words in the reading that begin with the letter B and their page number that you can find them on. Headings. Now, headings are very important when looking at nonfiction text. Headings tell the reader the topic of the text, so it's kind of about what the reading and what the text is about. And headings also help the reader by allowing them to know what they are about to read. So you look at something and you want to know what you're about to read. Looking at the heading is a great way to find that. So here we have a heading of computers. So we know the next couple things we're going to read are going to be about computers. But headings are broken into headings and subheadings. So this, computers, is the heading. If we were to continue looking, subheadings then break the text up. So they're printed in large or bold to make them stand out. And subheadings can help the reader to locate information by telling them where to look. So if we look here, we have computers, which we know computers, we talked about, is our heading. But if you notice, there are two other parts that are larger and in bold, and they stand out. Early computing devices and an electric computer, and those are called our subheadings. So overall, this whole section here is going to be about computers, but we know looking from this section is all going to be about early computing devices. And then going forward, the next section here is going to be about an electric computer. Captions, yet another very important part of nonfiction text features. And looking at these are great because they usually describe what is happening in a picture or an illustration. And then captions help the reader understand information that may or may not be in the text. So you just read something all about taking photos, and you're not really sure what's happening, or there may be some information that you're like a little confused about. A caption will tell you maybe what happened in the text, or maybe something different for you to learn. So this is just a boy and his dad at an art gallery taking pictures. So down here, the caption tells you what's happening in the picture. And you can see, looking at this, you got your boy, you have your boy taking a picture, and that's his father. And clearly, how do we know they're in an art gallery? We have the photos of photographs or pictures. And then we also have diagrams, and a diagram is a drawing with labels that shows or explains something, and they help the reader understand steps, how objects are made, or information in the text. So we have a diagram here of an ear, and then different parts of the diagram are labeled. So this is one of the parts of the ear, here's another part, here's another part. So the diagram of our ear has all the different parts labeled, and diagrams in the text will help you understand what a picture has in it, what's happening in the picture, and whatnot. Bold print is probably another text feature that you're really familiar with, and these are keywords that you'll usually notice that are in different color, or they're bigger, or they're highlighted. And the text in bold draws the reader's attention to the important information. Usually these bold words are also found in the glossary in the back because they are important words throughout the reading. So here we have our heading right here, which we know is computers, and we know that what we're about to read is about computers. And looking here, we have something in bold. So if we look down, we have the father of computing, which is in bold, and that means it's probably important, and it's going to tell us a little bit about something. So what we're going to be doing today is you're going to be working here with me, and you're each going to be getting a different set of text. And each part of text that you get is going to contain a bunch of different text features. And you're going to have to look at the article and find different examples of text features as you read through it. They could be caption, there could be bold print, there could be headings, subheadings, anything that we just talked about. And to help you, you're also going to get a printout of this entire PowerPoint that we just did, in case you're unsure of what one of the text features is. And as you work through, you're going to be filling out a sheet that identifies the page. You're going to explain how you know what text feature it is, and you're going to tell how it helps you understand what you just read. And of course, you're all going to be working back here with me, so I'm here to help you. And if you have a question, feel free to ask, but also before you ask me, make sure you refer back to your packet that has all the text features in it. So here, you're going to identify the page number in this column down here, and just an example of how it's used and how it helped you read. A couple that we didn't talk about, we didn't really talk about a map, so we're not going to worry about that one. And we also really didn't talk about tables or timelines. That's something that we'll save for another day, and we'll use this same chart to have our information down when we do talk about maps, tables, and timelines, so you can continue to log your information.